If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy merch.
Metalcore album. Phone. In 2012. This is the opening track, Abeyance. Abeyance is the opening track.
Is that like obedient worship?
No, that's Abeyance.
What'd you say? Abeyance?
Abeyance. Gotta restart. Hold on. Oh, it said muted mic. I don't know why you keep doing that. Look, when we go on these other scenes, the mic is already programmed off. Okay, guys, here we go. Here we go. I was riding my bike and 2 New Yorkers started talking shit to a bad driver cutting across lanes.
It's even worse.
Did you see? Oh, fuck you.
Oh, no.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
All right, here we go. Bellacore Abeyance. Let's do it.
Did you read his?
I had climbed to pass where I
boy, didn't I like that one.
Whew, what band is this? Is it Bellacore? Or Insomnia?
Bellacore. What a Bell.
When I looked at the set list and I saw Insomnium, I was like, yes. I'm pretty sure it's this dude that got me onto Insomnia. I'm pretty sure it's Ben.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's Bell.
Oh, yeah, it probably was.
Oh, we got Sonic the Hedgehog in this bitch. What's good? What's good, Sonic?
I loved this song.
Okay. Hell, let me know when I'm supposed to start pounding for the likes on the thingamajiggy. Okay. So what was going on with you in the song? Because it looked like you were truly enjoying the song.
Oh man, I was. I literally don't know what the lyrics are about, but obviously I was changing the lyrics myself, and then I added in like these female vocals that were just like basically like scream singing peace over and over, because the Israeli-Palestine situation's really. So that's what was happening for me. Like it was the vocal style. I literally love the song start to finish. So. And then adding in that extra stuff. But again, I don't know what the lyrics were about. I was actually curious to see. But it was a great canvas for like prayers for the Middle East.
This band is... I have such a respect for this band. Like, first, I'm always going to be a lyric guy because that's my background, coming from hip-hop. Just really starting to explore and learn and figure out the instrument after all these years. And like one of the most frustrating things that I have is like trying to not sound like all the bands that I came into metal hearing. But there's a reason that certain progressions are used all the time. There's a reason. It's because those things work. They're accessible to the audience and all the rest of it. And so like when you have somebody that can do something different and it works, and it works really well, what these guys do instrumentally is crazy, but what they do lyrically is also crazy. I get
I
where
can't wait to see what's lyrically here.
I get where Dwayne's coming from. Like, yo, let's do some instrumentals. We don't need any vocals. Because there's some people that don't like deaf vocals. I mean, I think a lot of it just has to do with your mindset, like where you are, what's going on with you, what your emotions are, what emotion you feel like you're repressing. So a lot of those things can get triggered. Get those likes up, people. Get those likes up. If we don't get enough likes, they're going to shut down our channel. We got a terrible email from YouTube yesterday. So
they said you people have proved to be losers. Not enough likes.
Not enough likes.
So get them up or get out.
Yeah. So that was the first thing I just wanted to say. Like both sides of the band, the instruments and the vocals. I mean, there's really for me like three phases: the instruments, vocals, and lyrics. That's what it is for me. And bands are rarely good at all three at the same time. And the bands that are really good at all three at the same time versus otherwise, those are my favorite bands to me.
I feel like also the way that they can control the crowd or...
Oh yeah, what they can do on a live show, yeah, that's almost like a completely, separate thing. But like, yeah, man, like, yeah, I was listening to this thing about Jay-Z talking because he took DMX on tour with him one time. And at the time, anybody in New York, you say, who's a better lyricist, Jay or DMX? Everybody would say DMX. I mean, would say Jay. Nobody would have said DMX. Nobody. Okay. But Jay-Z was talking about how DMX had so much energy. Like, as a matter of fact, DMX had so much energy that I found Korn because I was looking for DMX.
What?
DMX was doing Woodstock. And so that's the reason I was tuning into MTV to watch. It was because I was looking for DMX.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
And that's how
you found Korn?
And that's how I found Korn.
No kidding. I thought somebody gave you a CD.
No.
And they didn't think you were going to like it. Which band was
I
that?
gave Reef the CD. I gave him Follow the Leader.
Wasn't gonna like it. Right.
But like, the point is like,
wow.
Like that working the crowd and things of that nature. Like that's a major part of like being a good artist. But obviously, like, we can't see it here because we haven't seen a live performance. That's why, like, I love to do like live performances because that's when I can see like is this really this band, or is this band a studio creation? Which, if it's a studio creation, that's okay.
You can still enjoy it.
I'm not mad
It's
at
just
you.
different.
But like, when I see a lot of this stuff, like, it's unbelievable. And, you know, I was just, you know, exactly. He saw, so Controller was able to see them live. And it's just like, I knew they would be good live because, like, when you look at these lyrics, he's genuinely talented. Genuinely talented.
Yeah, don't worry. I was talking to Will today. We're good. We're good.
Okay, so you're talking with Will?
Yeah,
okay.
we've been talking. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Okay, so as the candles yawned, my world grew darker till barely a detail remained. So the light's going out, and so on a real practical level.
But did you like that it said yawned? You always like when something is different. So
oh yeah,
they yawned.
Sure.
I was like, I'm not... Okay.
Yeah, he put a personification in with the. Be very careful with that, Sonic. Okay, so he personified. I love the way that this guy talks about what's happening. Like when he was talking about like going deeper into the water, he said the water grew bigger or something. I forgot what it was, but I just like the way that he
grew around him.
Yeah. I like the way he could. Parchment and smoke through distant chimes, moths carried by the breeze. Her finger to my lips, I'm stilled in an instant. I sipped and I'm numbed. From here, the path winds backwards. So he's in a room with his shorty, with his girl. The light goes off. She puts his hand to his mouth. They exchange a little kiss. And then he has a little flashback. Hail from Brazil, Senor Cruz.
So
what are your thoughts?
Well, I didn't get that. That's so funny because I was looking
what did you get out of it?
Well, I guess I thought, okay, as the candles yawned, my world grew darker till barely a detail remained. Parchment and smoke through distant chimes, moths carried by the breeze. Her finger to my lips, I thought this was like another like kind of spirit thing. Her finger to my lips, I am stilled in an instant. I sip and I'm numbed. From here, the path winds backwards. So, what did he drink that made him numb? And did she give that to him?
I think that when he says
I thought she was silencing him.
I think when he sips, I think he's talking about them having a kiss. Is what I thought it was.
Oh, and then he's numbed from the kiss. Oh, okay. I just thought.
And then
for some reason, I was picturing like this.
It sent him into a flashback when they had that moment together. So like he's just setting the scene. The first two stanzas to me are just like the scene. Like this is what's going on. They're in a dark room. It's candlelight. Candlelight's going down. You see parchment and smoke coming because the candle just wicked out, right? Mm-hmm. And you know, there's distant chimes in the background, and then moths are carried around by the breeze. He's just setting he's setting the stage. It's like literally the setting, and then they have this moment together, and then that sends him into a flashback at the end.
Okay. At first, I see my entering, and then steps in reverse. Descend where I had climbed to pass where I had fallen. Yeah,
so that's his way of like, basically the clock is rewinding. So like so everything he's trying to go forward, but he's going backwards because he's being rewound back into time. So like the effect, like if you could do special effects,
it's like that movie.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the album cover art is my favorite of the Bellacore album. Yeah, it's a very interesting. I'm gonna put it on here for you guys. Yeah. Hold on. So there you go. There's your.
We saw for a second. Okay, so it looked like Red Riding Hood.
Yeah. At first, I see my entering. So then he's watching himself go backwards. Familiar, all is frayed, and yet I cannot abide. Beyond my eyelids, I have died. Because he can't stay in that moment. He likes that moment apparently, but he can't stay in there because it's just in his mind. You cannot live in the past, basically.
Oh, okay.
So familiar, all is frayed, and yet I cannot abide. He cannot remain there. Sent you a picture from the concert earlier this year, and the riff itself was pretty crazy.
Yeah, days are merging quickly now into years that spiral from my chest. They pass, but leave no mark. Familiar, all is skewed, and yet I cannot reflect. Beyond my eyelids, I have died, yet I collapse into youth. Familiar is all I frayed, and yet I cannot abide. Beyond my eyelids, I have died. Wow. I swallow forgotten words to gain what was lost and lose what was gained until neither is real. Behind my head, her hands hold no weight.
See?
So he's going back in time.
Yeah.
And he's kind of spiraling out in this information, but she's still there holding his head.
Well, it says her hands hold no weight, which means it was all in his head. This is someone he loved and lost. I don't know what the circumstance is.
Oh my gosh.
And he's in the room and he's imagining he's with her, and then he's going back in time and he loves it, but you can't really stay there. That's why it says he can't abide.
So is he in the room with her to begin with? Or are you saying even then it was just a memory?
I think by the end of the song you come to realize that she was not there. It's just his memory. Because he says, I swallow forgotten words to gain what was lost and lose what was gained until neither is real. Behind my head her hands hold no weight. I have reached the beginning, but somehow I do not stop. I fall through the first moment to find that there is more.
Oh, I thought I said no more. Okay.
As I cascade through the hole my body has torn, already it's closing. So he did something to his body, and he's dying, but he wants to think about this girl before he pieces out, is what it looks like to me. Days are merging quickly now into years that spiral from my chest. They pass but leave no mark. Familiar, all is skewed, and yet I cannot reflect beyond my eyelids. So there's this constant, what's up, Jet? There's this constant behind my eyes, because it's his way of saying this is what's in his mind behind my eyes.
Okay, well,
this is what's going on in my mind or my soul, because the eyes are the window to the soul.
Yeah.
We keep saying behind my eyes, behind my eyes.
When he says, as the candles yawned, my world grew darker till I barely a detail remained, we were thinking this is because the light was waning, but this is because he's dying? When you said he did something to himself, he's dying?
Well, yeah, I think, you know...
Parchment and smoke through distant chimes. Does that make any more sense now that you've gotten to the end? Why parchment? Every time I think of parchment, I think parchment paper that I'm going to bake cookies on.
That's what you used to put your candle on in the old days. But
parchment?
But, like...
That sounds like paperwork. Paper. Maybe he's burning letters. No, he just died. He's dying.
They just use parchment for candles and stuff.
For candles?
I just think that I've
heard of parchment.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. It's a very scenic way of describing a guy who lost somebody very important to him and wants to go backwards. We talk about that, a lot. Like couples always looking back and idealizing. And it's not even idealizing. It might have been that little period of time might have been like a great time. But all you have is now. And you got to find a way to have that belief that you're going to create a better now than the past that you experienced before. And if you can convince people of that, you're in good shape. If you can't convince people of that, then there's no reason for them to be together.
Yeah, just honestly.
That's just what it looks like to me.
That's what it looks like to me also. And it doesn't work if there's only one person, but it really takes both people.
Yeah, but this dude is a crazy writer. I really, but I can't say enough also about the guitar work of this band, man, because they're just a really solid band, man. And it seems to me like the guitar, the idea that they have around the guitar, it just seems to me that they're. The entire band kind of has the same attitude and philosophy about music, which is really, really cool. I mean, sometimes it can make for a very boring band, but other times it makes for a very complementary sound, like where everything is like you're not just doing one thing or hearing one thing. They did a really, it's like an 8-minute song. They did a really, really good job of not making it feel that way. 9.5
for me. It didn't feel like that to me either. And I enjoyed all of it. This is another 9.6 for me. For sure.
Were they first two?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid opening. Pretty solid opening, Ben.
We'll be right back, you guys.
Pretty solid opening, Ben. Mount Brennan. Benjamin.
We'll be right back.
We got another one on the way. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.